We all have those days, right? Where you just feel stuck. Maybe you're procrastinating or you're doubting yourself or your goals just feel kind of blah.
Yeah, totally. It can be so hard to get out of that rut.
Right. But what if I told you that you could rewire your brain to actually be successful?
Well, I mean, that's kind of what Tony Robbins is all about, right?
Exactly. This guy, Tony Robbins, he's like the king of personal development. And he's got all these really practical strategies that he says can help us basically change our entire approach to problems.
And that's what we're going to deep dive into today.
Yep. We're talking mindset, taking action, making decisions, and even harnessing emotional intelligence, all that good stuff.
And how all of that stuff can help us overcome the everyday struggles that we all deal with.
So it's like a toolkit for a staff.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
And the cool thing about Robbins is that he's not just focused on achieving some specific goals. He really emphasizes that real fulfillment, it comes from aligning your actions with your values.
Oh, I like that. Finding a deeper purpose.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so it's more than just crushing it in a material sense. It's about that inner alignment too.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. So let's start with mindset. I know Robbins is huge on the power of belief.
Oh, he is. And he talks about this concept called neuroassociative conditioning. Basically, it means that as humans, we instinctively link pain or pleasure to certain thoughts and behaviors.
So if we believe something's going to be painful or hard, we'll probably try to avoid it.
Exactly. But the key is, if we can reframe those beliefs so that we start associating pleasure with taking action, it'll totally change everything.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So instead of seeing a new project as overwhelming, we could try to reframe it as a chance to learn and grow.
Right. And that makes it much more appealing.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Is there a real world example of this in Robbins' work?
Oh, yeah, for sure. In his book, Awaken the Giant Within, he talks about using this reframing technique with people who are terrified of public speaking.
Oh, gosh. That's a big one.
Right. And he helps them to associate pleasure with connecting with the audience, sharing their message, instead of focusing on that fear of being judged.
That's so powerful. So instead of dreading it, you could be excited by the possibilities.
Exactly.
I love that. But even with a really positive mindset, taking that very first step can be really scary.
Oh, for sure. And Robbins, he always emphasizes that action. It's absolutely crucial. He's actually got a really famous saying, the path to success is massive determined action.
Ooh, I like that one.
Right. But he also gets that we often hold ourselves back because of fear or overthinking, or we want everything to be perfect. So he actually gives us a simple method to overcome this. He calls it the 5 to Thrive exercise.
The 5 to Thrive exercise.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm listening. What's that?
So it's basically a 5-step process where you identify a goal, you clarify why it's important to you, you define the steps that you need to take, you visualize yourself actually achieving the goal, and then you fully commit to taking action.
So it's like a roadmap to success.
Yeah, basically. And this process can really help you overcome that initial inertia that a lot of people feel, because it breaks down what might seem like a huge goal into smaller, more manageable steps.
Oh, that's so smart. So instead of being totally paralyzed by this big picture, you can just focus on those smaller wins that'll help you build momentum.
Yes, exactly. And each small win that you get will reinforce that positive mindset that we were talking about before. And then it creates this cycle of success. Like, for instance, let's say your goal is to write a book.
Okay, big goal.
Huge goal.
Yeah.
Robbins would probably tell you to break that down into daily writing goals.
Yeah.
Maybe just a page or two every single day.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
This is already making me feel so much less overwhelmed by my to-do list.
that's great to hear.
It's not about making some big, massive change immediately. It's about building these small, consistent habits.
You got it. It's that consistency that's ultimately going to lead to lasting change in your career, in your relationships, in your own personal growth and everything.
Wow. This has been a super insightful deep dive. We've only just scratched the surface of Robbins' work, but I'm already feeling so inspired to take action.
That's awesome. And honestly, that's the whole point, right? It's not enough to just understand these concepts. We actually have to go out there and apply them. So I'm curious, what resonated with you the most from what we've talked about today?
That's a great question. For me, it's that whole idea of reframing,
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
because it's a tool I can use right now today to shift my perspective on challenges and then actually look forward to tackling them head on.
That's fantastic. I love that. So for our listeners out there, I want you to consider this. What limiting belief do you have that you could try and reframe today to unlock some new possibilities in your life? You never know, that small shift in your mindset, it could be the catalyst to some really incredible things.
Amazing. Okay, well, I think that about wraps it up for today's deep dive.
Yes, it does.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
See ya.